Hi kids, so what you should have done is you should have clicked that link above on the Google form and it would have taken you to Weather Underground, which gives us a ton of information. So these next series of videos are going to kind of show you how to make sense of all the data that they have here. So the first thing I'd like to show you is that we're looking at Ann Arbor, Michigan, a 10-day weather forecast, and that we're looking at data that's coming from a weather station that is located at Washington and Crest. Those are two roads that are right by Slauson and right by many of your houses. So this data is very specific to this exact location, which is pretty cool. So the first thing that we're going to look at is we are going to look at this chart right here. And this chart tells us, it gives us the days. Your days will be different when you click on it because I'm making this video before you actually get the lesson. It will tell you the date, and then it's going to tell you right here, it has two different temperatures, a red temperature and a blue temperature. The red temperature is the high temperature for the day. So on Sunday, the 26th, the high temperature is supposed to be 61 degrees. And the low temperature is supposed to be 35 degrees. Then here it gives you a brief summary of what the weather is going to be like. So here it says AM or cloudy, and in the PM it will be sunny. And then it tells you a number here with a little water drop next to it. And that tells us the amount of precipitation or rain that is expected for that day. So Tuesday the 28th, we're supposed to get a good amount of rain, about 0.38 inches. On Wednesday, we're supposed to get half an inch of rain, so that's a good amount of rain as well. Then the next thing that this data tells us, and you might miss it if you're not looking closely, is this right here. And we have a little, this actually is supposed to represent a sun rising, and this is supposed to represent the sun setting. And if you look at, there's a little bar that you can move. And you can move this little bar right to where that sun's rising, and it's going to tell us that that's the sun rising at about 6 a.m. And then if we come here, the sun is setting about 8 p.m. Now, if you want more specific information about that, you can click on the day, and it will tell you right here when exactly 6:37 the sun will rise. And it will set at 8:29. So let's go back to this chart. The next thing that it tells us, and we're going to look at this little graph right here, the graph that has the green, the purple, and the red line. We're going to focus on the red and the purple line. The red line is what the actual temperature will be at different times throughout the day. So you can look, and this is at 3 p.m. on the 25th. It is supposed to be 53 degrees. The real feel will be 51 degrees as that purple line. And then the dew point, something we'll talk about later, is 35 degrees, but we'll talk about that later. And you can notice as you go, it can tell you what the exact temperature is supposed to be like and what it will feel like at each time. So this is 4 p.m. on Sunday the 26th. We have a high temperature of 59, but it will really feel like 56 degrees because of the wind and things like that. So as you go, it will tell you the high and the low temperature.